Coming up next.
And if you're counting down to fall like we are, now we're just over a week away from that start of the season.
But you don't actually have to wait until then to get this fall favorite. Meteorologist Macy Tetrick visited a local orchard to see what's currently ripe for the picking.
Yeah, you guys, it's always a good sign as you're driving up to the orchard and you could see the trees right away just filled with apples, and beautiful apples at that. Garwood Orchards in LaPorte has been open and growing their apples since 1831, and well, they've been at the core of their community ever since.
We've been very fortunate this year. As you can see, we've got an excellent crop of apples.
It's the peak of Honeycrisp picking now, and that means all systems go at the orchard.
September is our busiest season, especially when the Honeycrisp come in.
It's about to get a little bumpy here. We're on the wagon right now.
Brad Monkhouse has been one of the tractor drivers for 12 years, taking customers from the market to the U-pick fields. His favorite part of the job?
When the parents bring their kids out, they get to see how the product is grown instead of just going to a grocery store and they're thinking that they were grown right there.
The family aspect is part of what keeps customers coming year after year. The Fryer family has been picking here for about 10 years.
Well, the apples are huge and the customer service is amazing, and we have such a good time here. The kids really enjoy it. So
She looks like she's about to take a snack out of
I know.
They're yummy, huh?
And as far as families go, the Garwood family has been farming the same land since the start. Carrie Garwood has worked here since the 90s, then married into the family. While they've grown apples for a long time, they've also been battling weather for a long time.
There's a lot of things as farmers that you have to worry about.
Things like hail or spring frost can take out the season's apples, but in all their years, the Garwoods have learned how to adapt.
As you drive around the farm, you'll see something we call a hail cannon that we use to keep the hail from falling down on the apples and causing damage to them.
Rain or lack of rain doesn't have a huge impact.
Apples are pretty resistant to things like drought or low rain amounts. They're not like a vegetable crop.
A bigger impact is wind, but trees grow now on a trellis system to help with this.
They're tied off to the wires going across from post to post. They're tied off to keep them from blowing out of the ground because the apple trees have a shallow root system.
While the apples look fully grown, the orchard is emphasizing the importance of picking the right varieties at the right time. Honeycrisp is popular and is picking now, but other favorites won't be ready until October.
The truth is they ripen at different times. So if we're telling you, hey, don't pick those Jonagolds yet, it's because they're not ready yet. So they don't taste the way they should.
This is something the orchard tests frequently.
And they'll test the apples with something to check what that sugar level is at to make sure that it's really ready for picking and sending home with people.
This can mean people at home in Michiana or people across the country. This sugar testing ensures quality as apples are shipped near and far.
If you're buying them in a grocery store in Ohio, they're going to taste just as good as they do eating them fresh from the tree today.
If you don't have time to pick your own apples, or if you're hungry for some other produce and treats, just stop by the market.
You'll see things like donuts and apple cider and a full line of produce. There's caramel apples and pies. So it's really all the fall fun in one place, whether you're a pumpkin spice person or an apple person.
And I am happy to report that the apples that I got yesterday look beautiful. They sent me home with a huge bag of apples. I got the apple donuts and everything. And if you are looking out to go to the orchard and pick some apples for yourself or get some other goodies from the market, I'll have a list or a link to a story on our website, abc57.com, so you can see all the available apple varieties. And you guys, I am becoming more and more a Honeycrisp fan. I've never tried them until I moved to Michiana, and now that seems like it's the most popular one around here.
Yeah, and it seems like the time for it too.
I had no idea that there were so many apple varieties. I mean, it's kind of like everlasting. I've never heard of some of these.
And it's really cool too. They were actually telling me that one of the varieties of apples, it's called Evercrisp or Autumn Crisp, I believe, and it's something that's up and coming. So they just are creating this variety. So a lot of them are still being produced with the plant genetics and things like that. So who knows, maybe in 5 years from now we'll all have a different favorite apple variety.
Yeah, so much fun. I love getting to apple picking. I love too that Garwood offers not just apple picking, but they have the donuts, the cider, and everything else that you can kind of fill all those fall festivities.
Really sink your teeth into.
Yeah.
And there is some apple cider in the work fridge, you guys, so you guys will have to try some of that as well.
Some this morning.
I'm about to go get that right now.
Well, Macy, thanks so much, and stay with us. ABC 57. We'll be right back.